Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tabor Talk. So, this is pretty funny. I'm going to play this clip from Yew Neek Entertainment. If people don't know who he is, he's a small YouTuber. The guy, Brendan Schaub sued for millions of dollars. By the way, he lost the suit. It was this ridiculous suit. But anyway, Mark Norman admits that Joe Rogan doesn't understand jokes. So I've been saying this for years, like Rogan, a couple of things. Rogan is not funny. Sometimes he is on his podcast, but as a stand up, I think he's terrible. He's not funny at all. In fact, the funniest thing he's ever done was actually a sketch comedy. It's going way back, 1999. Was it 1999, 2000? He did a sketch with Brian Callen called "Getting Pumped." All right, so I'll find that and I'll put that bit in the comment section. It's really funny. It's like these Joe Rogan's a bodybuilder guy and he ends up sodomizing Brian Cullen. It's really funny. And Howard Stern used to love it. Love that bit. He used to play it all the time. I think it's the reason why he brought Joe Rogan on his show. After that, Joe was kind of a regular on Howard Stern. So that was back when Howard was great. So Howard's just an old guy now, and he's just not really into it. He hangs out, Hollywood Howie, as they call him, with the celebrity friends. But obviously politically he's on the right side. But anyway, I digress. Mark Norman admits that Joe Rogan is not funny. And this is the weirdest thing. Like, Joe Rogan is so powerful, right? He has the number one podcast, just opened up his comedy club, the Mothership, in Austin, and people are terrified of him. He has the power of like a Johnny Carson back in the day. He can literally make or break you, right? So, by the way, it never really worked with Brendan Schaub. Brendan Schaub is the most repeat guest, I think 82 times on Rogan. So, and Brendan Schaub is, that's a whole other video. Just a terrible, unfunny, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, let me play this clip, and I'll also put this in the comment section. Yew Neek. Mark Norman admits Joe Rogan is not funny. This is hilarious.
Mark Norman went on Rick Glassman's podcast and admitted Joe Rogan doesn't understand jokes. So I'm going to play this to give you my thoughts on it. Kind of a meme and a known thing that if someone tells
everyone knows it,
a joke on the Joe Rogan experience, Joe doesn't get it or something. So, but yeah, let's see what Mark Norman had to say about it.
So he doesn't get your jokes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good.
I don't know if we want to talk about this on air.
Well, I mean,
We can just say some comics.
all right, let me check that. Really, am I blurring his name then?
Wow, I just don't want to. There's so much drama, with
Bleep those two names and bleep the name
Rogan,
that I just said and when I said it the other time.
I'm sure would get
And he
pissed.
did it,
He does
but
protect our parks.
use the burp for every time we say.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
I just don't like talking about,
I get it.
half the comics are trashing. There's a new special out, and half the comics are like, this sucked, that sucked. I'm like,
Is that Bert Kreischer or something? I don't know.
we're still human beings with feelings.
I don't even like talking about grass. We'll be right back after word from our sponsor. Funny.
First of all, I like how petrified
There's no video, so I'll just put
Mark
this down.
Norman is, because obviously he's talking about Joe Rogan, but he doesn't want to get involved in the drama and stuff. Yeah, first of all, he was that scared. They blocked out the name. We all know it was Joe Rogan. You can especially tell even when they blurred it, you can tell Rick Glassman said Joe Rogan. But, yeah, like I said, sort of a meme now that Joe Rogan doesn't quite get jokes. And Mark Norman pretty much admitting that Joe Rogan doesn't get most of the jokes. By the way, Joe Rogan's Spotify deal is about to be up in a year.
Yes.
Or less than a year. I wonder if he stays with Spotify or goes
I
back
say
to
no.
YouTube. I don't know why I'm even talking about that, but yeah, hilarious to me that Mark
Really is
Norman
funny.
admitted that. But let me know your thoughts in the comments.
And by the way, that's one thing that bothers Joe. Like he's a little insecure about that. Three things people always say that really bother Joe. Like a lot of things will just go, fuck you. You know, I have the number one podcast, you know, I don't care what you say. But three things, and if you go on Reddit, people know this. His height, doesn't like that. Steroid use, even though he's very open about it, he takes TRT, testosterone, excuse me, I can't talk. Testosterone replacement therapy, and that he's not funny or he doesn't get jokes. There's one episode, I think it was Kreischer, and I think they kind of said, "Hey, Joe, you don't get my joke," and he goes, "No, I get the joke. I just don't think it's funny." No, Joe, you don't get jokes. So here's a comedian, right? Number one podcaster, and boom, boom. I've done several videos on my channel about jokes going boom, boom, boom. It's so embarrassing. I'll see if I could find some of those clips where there are examples of this. It's so funny. All right. Good friends, good books, and a sleepy conscience. Peace, love, and understanding here in Tabor Talk. And isn't it hilarious? The Ron DeSantis 2024 presidential launch on Twitter, and it's a fucking shit show. Okay, more to come.